This is the read aloud for A Natural Balance. It's an environmental report, so it just gives facts. We're going to read this just for fun, and then we're going to answer some comprehension questions at the end. This is a green sea turtle. They swim off the coast of Bora Bora Island. These turtles are endangered in so many countries. On the side of 326 is, as we're looking into the text, this opinion is a clue to the author's viewpoint. So we're going to look at different types of things as we read along. Viewpoints, facts. Not everything we read is an actual fact. On page 328, we have some boys on the sand. Boys in Miami Beach, Florida, gather the eggs of sea turtles to protect them from other animals. So turtles buried their eggs in the sand to keep them safe, and they have lots of eggs, but by the time they hatch and get to the ocean, many of them are picked away from birds or predators, or they just don't make it, or they go the wrong way to the water. Page 329, our effect on the environment. Beep, beep, beep. Your alarm goes off and you hop out of bed. You wash your face, chat with your family, eat your breakfast, and take the bus to school. I hope that's how your morning goes. Even before you go to school, you have connected with many people and things. All of the things you do affect the environment. Your environment is all the living and non-living things around you, all across Earth. Humans are changing the environment in different ways. For example, we cut down trees to build houses, plow fields to grow crops, build roads and parking lots, and empty waste into rivers, garbage. Lakes and oceans. So empty waste into lakes, rivers, and oceans. We also use large nests and boats to catch huge amounts of fish. Activities like this greatly affect plants, animals in our environment. Your keyword down here is everything that surrounds you. Plow fields is where you clear land, you break down trees and grasses and things like that. And waste is garbage. On page 330, are we helping or harming? The way we live our lives can affect our environment in both positive and negative ways. Sometimes our actions benefit is for good, the environment, because we might help a certain plant or animal's population get larger. Population is the total number in a group. So you want that population to grow. For example, imagine that you plant tulips in your neighborhood. This action can help the tulip population grow in your area. Suppose you put seeds out for the birds in your area. Then the bird population might get larger too because they have lots of food to eat. On the other hand, our activities can also harm plant and animal populations. Think about the plants and animals in the neighborhood parks. What happens in the population of these plants and animals if the parks turn into apartment buildings? All of their habitat is gone. Plants and animals might die or move somewhere else because of increased development. As a result, the area's plant and animal populations decrease. Overhunting population and other activities can also decrease the population of a species. The population may become so small that it's in danger of dying out. When a species is in danger of dying out, it's called endangered species. The road to extinction, as this little chart here says, an easy way to remember the threats facing plants and animals is HIPPO. It stands for habitat loss, so they lose their home. Introduced species, so they bring new life forms in that can crowd out or take over. Population growth, so more people coming in and taking over that land, and overconsumption. So we're taking from the earth and we're not replenishing it. What's harming the habitat? The way we use or pollute natural resources like water and land affects the environment. Several factors contribute to the loss of a habitat. The areas that support plant and animal populations. An oil spill can get on the animals and they will suffocate and die. So there's oil spill emergencies all over the place. Oil spills are major ocean disasters. Why are they considered major ocean disasters? An oil spill is what happens when a tanker or large ship carrying the oil gets a hole in it. And so the oil spills into the water. The oil-soaked birds are cleaned and absorbed a pad. So it kills the plants, it kills the animals in there. It's a major disaster because of the effects that it has. It's catastrophic. You can't clean it up. It's there forever. You have to wait for it to move away. And in the meantime, as it's moving away, it's still affecting the plants and animals in that area. Page 332, are we solving the problem? The problem of the endangered environment is not new, and over time, large groups of plants and animals quickly begin to disappear. So people begin to look for ways to protect these important species. In the early 1900s, laws were passed to protect certain animals, but the biggest change came many years later. In 1973, the United States government passed the Endangered Species Act. This act listed species that are in danger of becoming extinct or lost forever. The act makes it illegal or against the law to collect or harm any of the species on the list, and it also protects the area where the listed species live. There is only one way that a species can be added to or removed from the list. Congress must agree to change. In other words, state representatives must meet, vote, and pass a law or an act. So if an animal is on the list and they want to take it off because they feel that they rebuilt that population or the plants or the land itself, they have to meet for that. I have an example that I'll share with you in Zoom about the area that I live in the wetlands, that they have preserved that land. Many species are already on the list, and they are called classified as either threatened or endangered. A threatened species is in less danger of becoming extinct. An endangered species is in most danger of becoming extinct. A threatened species could, however, become endangered without protection. Many more plants are endangered than animals. Interesting fact. About 1 out of every 10 plants may become extinct. About 75% of the world's bird species are endangered. More than 60% of primates, such as apes, monkeys, are also endangered. Some scientists think that as many as 100 species become extinct each day. So we have birds, they're threatened, they're going, and endangered, they're going, and then when they're gone, they're extinct. Science background. You rely on plants for food, shelter, clothing, medicine, and the air you breathe. Yet a very large number of plants and species are endangered. You can help save these plants by starting your own garden or joining a program in your community. Starting a garden, planting healthy plants and trees in your neighborhood or on your property in your backyard, or being part of a park that helps plant and preserve all of that. This is a manatee. Habitat loss is the most serious threat facing manatees today. They live in the water and their land is being taken over and polluted. These are some other endangered animals: the black rhinoceros, this butterfly, and the golden-shouldered parrot. We have one more page to read on 334. The U.S. Fish Wildlife Service is the government agency in charge of enforcing the Endangered Species Act. Many of the scientists in FWS study threatened and endangered plants and animals by tracking, so they take data, tracking the population of the species on the list. For example, the bald eagle used to be listed as an endangered species. In 1963, there were only 400 pairs left. By 1995, after many recovery efforts, the bald eagle population increased enough for the FWS to reclassify the bald eagle from endangered to threatened. If you live in Clinton Township area, I've seen a couple of these bald eagles flying around. They're huge and they're so beautiful to watch. Due to government and volunteer efforts, there are about 10,000 pairs today. Thus, the bald eagle has now been removed from the endangered and threatened species list. The scientists at FWS have a challenging job. They need to protect all the species on the list. Even so, there's always more species than need of protection. Organizations and individuals try to protect endangered species as well. So you have zoos and aquariums that often work together, and they breed and they raise these rare and endangered animals. Once they build up that population, they let them back out into the wild. Botanical gardens and other groups raise rare and endangered plants. They also save their seeds, and this way the plants won't disappear. So you can save seeds and let them dry out, and when you need more, you regrow them. Not everyone agrees on the best way to help endangered species, especially when people's jobs or way of life may be threatened. Like so many cases involving endangered species, survival means balancing the protection of endangered species with people's way of life. So there has to be a balance. Return what you take from the earth, whether it be from people, acts of kindness, or food, or property. So that is our reading on that. We have endangered plants. The aloe habitat is affected by burning and other kinds of habitat destruction. The orchid, and the government began protecting these cactus when they started to disappear. Think of wildfires that can wipe out a population of animals and plants. So think of all the things that can affect it. I suggest watching the National Geographic Channel, the History Channel. You guys will learn so many fun, important things on there. Put down the video games and do some reading or go plant some trees. There's a poem at the end of this. I'll share it with you. In my dreams, buffaloes roam, free once again on the plains. Whales become opera singers of the sea. Dolphins are admired by all for their smarts and joy. In my dreams, there's no words for war. All humans and all living beings come together as one big family of the earth. You will be required to do these questions. If you do not have them now, I'm putting them in Schoology, or you will be asked to complete them when you come back to school next week. They did not get attached, but I did attach them to an email that I sent to your parents. So please make sure you either print the email, write down the question or the answers to the words, or do it in Schoology. We will take it in any form we can. They give you vocabulary words: illegal, environment, extinct, population, problem, endangered, classified species, and pollution. You have a copy of the story. The vocab words are on the bottom, so please use those to help you answer all of the vocabulary 1 through 8. This is grammar structure, so you pick the word that fits best into these sentences. And then on the back, on this second page over here, 14 is also grammar vocabulary. This is reading comprehension. These questions, these four, number 15, 16, 17, 18, are the most important that you get them correct. Because I want to know that you understand what you were reading. I crossed off number 19, so you don't have to do that one. That was the question that I talked about in the beginning of why is a major ocean disaster, why is an oil spill considered a major ocean disaster? You don't have to do that one, but please make sure you complete questions of 1 through 18 in whatever form you can. If you do not get them completed, you will be asked to do them in class when we return.